Echoes of the Orient warmly welcomes you. In today's fast-paced world, people are more concerned than ever with appearance, fate, and the mysteries of personality and destiny. But what many don't realize is that our outer appearance is often a reflection of something much deeper, the state of our inner world and the virtues we've cultivated over time. Some traces aren't visible to the eye yet. They leave a lasting imprint on our face and our destiny, shaped by every kind or harmful thought, every selfless or selfish act we perform in daily life. In today's video, we invite you to explore a profound concept from Eastern wisdom, hidden virtue. This is a quiet, unseen form of merit that, though invisible, has the power to shape one's destiny in the most extraordinary ways. Through each part of this video, we'll look at how hidden virtue can leave subtle marks on the face, how our appearance is deeply tied to our inner character, and how the law of cause and effect karma plays out clearly in daily life. We'll also explore how to transform negative karma and build lasting blessings. If you've ever wondered why some people grow more kind-looking and serene with age, while others seem to carry more hardship on their faces, or why two people do good deeds but receive very different outcomes, this is the kind of insight you won't want to miss. Join Echoes of the Orient on a journey into the timeless principles of virtue, karma, and facial destiny. And perhaps in the process, you'll gain a new way to reflect on your own life. Many of us have heard the saying, "Do good without expecting anything in return." But what if those quiet, kind actions did more than just help others? What if they also left a lasting imprint on you? In Eastern tradition, there's a concept called hidden virtue. It's more than just doing good deeds. It's about quietly building spiritual merit through acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion. Over time, this hidden virtue doesn't just shape your inner world. It can also subtly transform your physical appearance. One fascinating example: ancient wisdom speaks of fine lines beneath the eyes, not just wrinkles from age believed to reflect a lifetime of good deeds. These lines are seen as signs of a kind heart and a generous spirit. In this way, virtue doesn't just influence your destiny, it shows up on your face. A softer gaze, a calmer presence, a more compassionate look, all can be signs of the goodness you've cultivated within. Doing good can actually change the way a person looks. Those who quietly build up merit through kind and selfless actions often notice not only a sense of peace within, but also subtle changes in their appearance. For example, people who live with compassion often develop softer features, kind eyes, a warm presence, and sometimes even fine lines beneath their eyes that give them a peaceful, natural beauty. In Eastern tradition, these delicate lines are seen as signs of hidden virtue, visible traces of the good deeds one has silently carried out over time. The more one cultivates quiet merit, the more these marks become defined, almost like the face itself begins to reflect the light of one's inner goodness. On the other hand, those who live selfishly or harbor ill intentions may not show any signs of this silent virtue. In fact, their faces might reveal something quite different: tension, restlessness, or bitterness. That's because our appearance isn't shaped only by genetics or age. It's also a mirror of the life we live, of the energy we carry, and the choices we make. So when you do something kind, don't worry if no one notices. Over time, your face will speak for itself. Your quiet acts of goodness will leave their mark, not just on others, but on you. The reason this matters is because when you've quietly accumulated enough hidden virtue, it doesn't just bring you blessings. It can also attract support from the right people, help you avoid misfortune, and offer protection that feels almost like it's coming from something greater than yourself. You don't need to show off your good deeds or seek recognition. This kind of quiet merit has a way of revealing itself, not through words, but through your presence. It shows in your face, in your eyes, in the calm and warmth you radiate. It creates a kind of beauty that runs deeper than surface appearance, something subtle yet unmistakable to those who know how to see it. In life, we often hear about karma, the timeless law of cause and effect, that every action we take, whether good or bad, will eventually bring about its own consequences. But what many people don't realize is that karma isn't just something that plays out across lifetimes, past, present, and future. It also reveals itself right here in this life through our thoughts, our choices, and our everyday actions. According to ancient wisdom, every kind deed adds to a store of inner merit, and that merit doesn't just give us a sense of peace or happiness. It can also leave subtle marks on our physical body. As we mentioned earlier, one such sign is the fine lines under the eyes, known as the lines of hidden virtue. These aren't just signs of age, they're reflections of the goodness we've cultivated. They're visible proof that karma is already unfolding, that the good we do in this life can literally soften and brighten our appearance, bringing a sense of calm, compassion, and grace to the face we show the world. But the truth is, we can't always see the effects of karma right away, especially when someone is still enjoying the benefits of past good deeds. For example, you might meet people who do questionable or even harmful things. Yet on the surface, they seem calm, successful, even happy. That's because they're still covered by a kind of spiritual credit, a shield of merit they built up through good actions in the past. This merit can temporarily mask the negative consequences of their current actions. It's like a buffer that delays the arrival of karmic payback. But according to Buddhist teachings, once that merit is used up, the consequences, the karmic backlash, will come swiftly and unmistakably. No one is exempt. People who consistently do harm, even if they seem lucky or untouched for a time, will eventually face the results of their actions. It may show up as illness, sudden misfortunes, or unexpected hardships that seem to appear out of nowhere. But in truth, they are just the fruit of seeds that were planted long ago. For instance, there's an old story about a man who spent his entire life doing wrong, hurting others, lying, being selfish, and yet nothing seemed to happen to him. No punishment, no suffering, at least not right away. It wasn't until he reached old age that everything began to fall apart. His health declined rapidly, and he was tormented by illnesses and hardships he could no longer escape. Why? Because the good karma he had once accumulated finally ran out, and without that protection, the consequences of his past caught up with him all at once. This story is a reminder that bad actions might be hidden for a while under the surface of temporary blessings. But when that shield of merit fades, karma comes knocking. That's why karma isn't just something that unfolds across lifetimes. It affects us right here, right now. Our thoughts, our choices, and our actions today shape the path we walk tomorrow. Doing good, quietly and consistently, builds a foundation of spiritual protection. It not only helps us avoid suffering in the future, but also brings peace and stability into our lives today. A person's appearance isn't just the result of genetics from their parents. It's also deeply shaped by karma and their own inner development. In fact, our facial features and overall presence can change over time, and those changes often reflect what's happening within us, our growth in character and compassion, and in moral strength. You'll notice this, especially in people who devote themselves to spiritual practice, monks, nuns, or even ordinary folks who live mindfully and cultivate kindness. Over time, their appearance softens. Their faces take on a calm, gentle quality. There's a quiet beauty that comes through not from makeup or cosmetic procedures, but from the peace and goodness they've cultivated inside. That inner purity and the virtue they build day by day naturally radiate outward, reshaping their look in subtle yet powerful ways. One clear example of this transformation can be seen in the faces of people who live a life of spiritual practice. Their chins often become fuller, their eyes soften, and their overall appearance becomes more serene and dignified. These changes aren't just about physical health or attractiveness. They reflect deep moral cultivation and a compassionate heart. Take a look at seasoned monks or dedicated practitioners. As they continue to live by ethical principles and spend time in meditation, their gaze changes from one that may have once been clouded by anxiety or restlessness to one that radiates peace, gentleness, and kindness. It's a powerful reminder that when the mind becomes clearer and more compassionate, the outer appearance naturally follows suit. This transformation makes them feel more in tune with nature, with the universe, and with the people around them. It shows us that our looks aren't solely shaped by genetics. They're also a mirror of our daily actions and how we choose to grow as individuals. When someone lives with a pure heart, treats others sincerely, and cultivates empathy, it shows not just in their spirit, but in their face. In life, good deeds can be divided into two types: public virtue and private virtue, each bringing different influences and rewards, but both closely tied to a person's soul and the way they practice kindness. Public virtue refers to acts of goodness that are done openly, allowing others to recognize and acknowledge them. This often comes with recognition or praise. While public virtue brings quick rewards, it is also very easy to fade away. When merits are made public, the rewards come quickly, often in the form of admiration and respect from others. However, this recognition is short-lived because it is consumed by the external attention it receives. For example, someone may donate to a charity and be widely reported in the media for their actions. While this brings immediate rewards in the form of public recognition, the honor will not last long as it has been used up by the external acknowledgement. On the other hand, private virtue is when we perform good deeds without anyone knowing. These are silent acts of kindness done without the need for recognition or praise from others. While the rewards from private virtue may come slowly and aren't immediately obvious, they accumulate in a sustainable and lasting way. Doing good quietly not only helps a person maintain humility, but also helps build a deep and enduring foundation of merit. For example, someone may help others in times of need without anyone knowing, or quietly contribute to charitable organizations without seeking recognition. Though these actions aren't widely acknowledged, they bring long-term rewards and help establish a solid foundation of virtue. The reason private virtue can lead to long-lasting blessings is because when we do good deeds quietly, we aren't influenced by praise or recognition. This allows us to maintain sincerity in our hearts and prevents us from getting caught up in worldly factors, which naturally helps our merit grow. This merit isn't diminished by others' attention and continues to positively impact the life of the person doing good as well as their descendants in the future. In conclusion, while public virtue brings quick rewards, private virtue is the path to building solid and enduring merit. When we do good without seeking recognition from the outside, we are nurturing our blessings in a sustainable way, contributing to a fuller, more complete life. Accumulating private virtue not only brings long-lasting blessings, but also provides special protection from nature and the universe, helping to shield us from misfortune and negative forces. Those who have deep private virtue will receive protection and guidance from the divine. They are safeguarded from unexpected disasters and will easily gain great rewards from quietly and sincerely doing good. The blessings from private virtue not only affect the person doing good, but also spread to those around them and future generations. This can be clearly seen in legends and teachings from ancient texts. People who accumulate private virtue often lead peaceful lives with happy families and successful careers, even though they never seek fame or public recognition. They may face challenges in life, but thanks to their private virtue, they are able to overcome them, maintaining their morals and integrity throughout. So how can we accumulate private virtue in our daily lives without needing financial resources or material means? The answer is simple. We can start with small, simple actions that are incredibly meaningful. One of the easiest ways is by sharing positive stories and articles that encourage others to do good. These stories don't need to be grand. They can be small acts in everyday life, like helping someone in need offering support to a friend going through tough times, or simply spreading an optimistic spirit to those around you. For example, you could share an article about a charity organization you support, encouraging others to get involved and help the community. Or you could share a story about kindness and helping others to inspire those seeking positive change. Even though you don't need to spend money or invest a lot of effort, every little action is a way to accumulate private virtue, creating blessings that may not be immediately visible but will be long-lasting and sustainable. Accumulating private virtue isn't just about physical actions. It's also about the sincerity from the heart. We can help others without expecting anything in return, simply doing good without needing external recognition. It's the humility, compassion, and quiet nature of these actions that truly build lasting and solid virtue. In conclusion, accumulating private virtue not only protects us from harm, but also brings us great blessings, leading to a peaceful and happy life. Each one of us can start today with even the smallest acts of kindness to lay a strong foundation of private virtue for our lives. Every action we take in life creates karma, and not all karma leads to positive outcomes. One of the most important things we need to be mindful of is our harmful behavior, no matter how small it may seem. Things like gossiping, stirring up drama, or damaging someone's reputation don't just hurt others, they also leave a deep mark on our own lives. In fact, these kinds of negative actions can directly impact our appearance and even our destiny. You might notice that people who constantly engage in harmful behavior often have a dark or tired look on their faces. Their eyes may seem dull or anxious, and their overall presence becomes heavy and lifeless. That's the weight of bad karma showing up on the outside. Take a look around. It's easy to see that people who spread negativity or hurt others often struggle with inner peace. They face more obstacles in life, whether in their careers, relationships, or emotional well-being. Even if they seem cheerful on the surface, deep down they carry stress, fear, and unease, and over time that shows on their face and in their energy. So how can we transform negative karma into blessings and actually change our appearance and destiny for the better? The first and most important step is to stop the harmful actions. We need to become fully aware of what we've done wrong and sincerely repent. True repentance isn't just about saying sorry. It's about feeling it deeply in your heart, taking full responsibility and making a real commitment to change. That's how we begin to cleanse negative karma and start turning it into something good. Once that foundation is in place, we can begin doing good. Even if it starts with small, simple acts, positive change can come from shifting our attitude, how we see others, and how we interact with the world around us. It might be offering a helping hand to someone in need, showing compassion, or simply keeping a peaceful heart and not getting caught up in unnecessary conflict. These small, heartfelt actions create a flow of positive energy, and over time they help transform the weight of past mistakes into blessings, bringing peace not only to ourselves, but to those around us as well. For example, there are people who once made serious mistakes in the past, but once they recognized their wrongdoings and made a sincere effort to change their lives, slowly began to improve. Their careers started to gain momentum. It might not have happened overnight, but as their hearts grew kinder and more compassionate, things began to fall into place. Stories like these of people who have stumbled, repented, and gone on to do good are some of the clearest examples of how karma can be transformed. So if you're going through a tough time, or you feel like you're carrying the weight of past mistakes, start by changing your actions and your attitude. That's the first real step in transforming your challenges into growth and your negative karma into new opportunities. True change doesn't come from the outside. It begins within through self-awareness and the genuine desire to become a better person. We've just explored some deep and timeless perspectives on hidden virtue appearance and the law of karma values that may be invisible to the eye, yet clearly present throughout every chapter of our lives. From this, we can see that destiny isn't entirely fixed. Every kind thought, every small good deed helps shape our appearance, transform our fate, and bring lasting blessings. In a world filled with noise and competition, quietly planting seeds of kindness is how we protect our own hearts, and in doing so, gently change the world around us. Thank you for staying with Echoes of the Orient until the end of this video. If you found this message meaningful, please give it a like, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss future videos on Eastern wisdom, karma, and the path of self-cultivation. Wishing you peace, inner clarity, and the steady accumulation of hidden virtue, so you may live a life of meaning and goodness. See you in the next video.